All right, everybody. Welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Talon Jenkins, joined with our host. We got Ryan Gilbert and Joel Meyer. Gentlemen, how the hell are we doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Finally recovered from the beating the Maple Leafs gave the Flyers last night. Got a weekend here. So, yeah, looking forward to hopefully a better weekend.
So, this season, I've been flirting. I've been unfaithful, borderline unfaithful at least. I've been talking to this girl that I've known for a long time, and no, just wait.
It's not
but
real.
Wednesday was the day that I finally broke things off, and I realized where my true heart lies. When I went to the Colorado Avalanche game, play the Vancouver Canucks, and they were down 3-0. Scumfuck Vancouver Canucks were playing all the small things, mocking the Avalanche when they're up 3 goals. No other team has done this as far as I know, but the Canucks did it, and the Avalanche stormed the way back, won the game in overtime. Hell of a game to go to. McKinnon just dominated the third period. That was great. That just really reassured me where my heart really lies. And, got the blood going like, fuck the Canucks, man. I'm an Avs fan all the way. I'm 100% back on board with the team of my heart. So, yeah. So I know I've been all praise and love and glory for the Canucks this year, but at the end of the day, it's Avs or bust.
So are you down to bet them in the playoffs now, or what? Are you all in? You back?
Honestly, we can get into that. But the way that Andres played, I'm kind of wavering in my opinion of the Stars. But I've still got time. We still got time just to figure things out for the playoffs, and we can rearrange things. But yes, I'm far more open with how well the Avs have played lately too.
I like that. And one of these shows coming up, we're going to be doing like a contender tier, I suppose, when it comes to a lot of these teams. So we can dive into that then. I'm doing good, boys. I'm feeling rather lethargic today. Okay, I went out last night with a couple friends. It was like a double date thing we had, and we met my girlfriend's friend, her friend's new boyfriend and shit. And he was a cool guy. Oh, fuck, cat just about turned off my computer. But yeah, it was, we went and I ate like fucking 6 tacos and drank like 9 beers, and I was just a mess. So it was good though. It's fun. Today's been a little rough. We went out for some fish and chips and stuff earlier today too, and I've just been a big pile of shit ever since. So we're doing okay though. We're battling through. It's been a pretty good couple days. All right, we're going to jump into it. Everybody go check out the Sports Gambling Podcast Network website. That's the place to be. Tons of stuff going on in the world of sports, baby. Hockey. We got a 14-game slate tomorrow on a Saturday. That's going to be absolutely electric here. What else is going on? Basketball is doing its thing. Has March Madness started? Is that why there's a lot of college basketball happening? Is that a thing?
Conference championship week. Mm-hmm. March Madness, the NCAA tournament is next week. Selection Sunday.
Selection Sunday this weekend. And make sure you use promo code MADNESS in the merch store for 15% off for any of the Hockey Gaming Podcast stuff there. So make sure you can check that out.
Talon's
Talon. Bowie 1, Talon 0. Talon has been Bowie turned off Talon's computer, I guess. He's coming back in right now. It looks like there we go. Yeah, Talon, are you there?
That was a hilarious image.
I'm in a battle with my cat right now, man. Yeah, so March Madness is coming up too, I guess. What else is going on? Golf, hell of a golf for the players. Jolie, let's go. Let's do this. Have you been watching at all? This has been absolutely electric.
I've been following on the app, but no, I'm not watching. I'm working, man. I'm not watching at work, but Saturday, Sunday, I'll be dialed in for sure.
Right on, man. It's been
Wyndham Clark, my guy,
dude.
Turn it up.
Did you take him?
I know you bet like 40 guys, and Wyndham Clark wasn't one of them. But
definitely not. I would be in such good shape in this leaderboard if Wyndham Clark didn't exist. I got pretty much everybody else in the top 10 leaderboard except for him right now. My boy Nicky Taylor's, he's having himself an absolute tournament. Tied for second. Fitzy's having himself a tournament too. I think he's right up there. Xander. I got Corey Connors as well. I got Scotty. Like, these boys are buzzing. Prop bets are looking good. Hopefully Nick Taylor for a top Canadian can come through for me.
R.I.P. Adams Benson.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that one, Dilly. We told you though. But yeah, Hideki is top Asian. That's looking okay as of today. Obviously, still 2 more rounds to go. Laurie for top Irishman, Shane Laurie. He's still got a chance. I think he's 3 back from Rory here, so he can still make that happen depending how things go. Good old Will Zalatoris to miss the cut. That's free money. I know everybody was pumping him up because he had a good week last week. I don't know why you wouldn't bet that. It was like fucking plus 290 or some shit like that. That's just free money, man. So I'm doing good. I'm I did okay in some of my matchups. I'm looking to put some money in the pocket this tournament. So very excited to see how this plays out this weekend. Unfortunately, I'm working, so I can't watch it, but I will be tracking on the phone.
Here's the thing about Rory, though. He'll shoot like, 64 on Saturday, and then he'll just he'll die on Saturday, and then he'll just come and backdoor you on Sunday. And it doesn't matter, right? The pressure's off.
You know what? Rory, in a tournament like this, Rory seems to be good for one good round of fucking a weekend, I guess. And he's already had it. He shot 65 on Thursday. So hopefully he'll just shit the bed and just drain off. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So tons of stuff in the world of sports. You can find all that information at the SGPN website. Be sure to go check it out. Listen to all the other shows. Everybody's doing an awesome job, like always. Be sure to read the articles. Check out Ryan's fantasy hockey articles that he's pumping out weekly. Those are awesome. We're almost at, what do we got? Like 1 week left until fantasy hockey playoffs start. So that's going to be pretty cool. I hope everybody's teams are doing good. Team Bracco's Coke Nose is in first place with a record of 17-3. Let's go. Team's an absolute wagon. And my commissioner is talking about extending our keepers from 10 to 12. I'm like, hell yeah. Let me keep my whole team if that's the case. I'm all for it. So that's awesome. And of course, shout out to all our friends and pals in the Discord, man. If you're not in the Discord, you're not making money. If you want to get in there, you can reach out to myself or Ryan on Twitter. We're sure to point you in the right direction. Or you can reach out to the HGP Twitter account, social media assistant producer. He's an absolute beauty. He'll get you going. He'll tell you everything you need to know. Or what you could do is just look inwards to your hearts and just fall back in love with the Colorado Avalanche all over again. And when you're going through that spiritual journey, our boy Joel Meyer will be sitting there singing Blink-182 to help welcome you into our Discord, baby. And when he's serenading you with all the small things, you can ask him after, hey, man, that was beautiful, but how do I get into the Discord? And he'll tell you.
Discord was popping off last night. Late Thursday night, had a few original OGs in there, a few regulars. Yeah, that was a good time in there. Make sure you join there. Follow on Twitter as well at HockeySGPN. And subscribe on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts.
All right, we're going to jump into our lock dogs and totals from the last time we were all together. These games are for March 7th, so it's been about a week ago or so. Ryan killed it. Gilbert went 3-0, up 4.74 units. Out of boy, buddy. Myself, I went 2-1, up 2.42 units. And Jolie went 1-2, down 0.65 units. Rye guy, why don't you bang it out here for us, buddy? Good job.
Yeah, this was last Thursday, so not last night. I had the Canucks minus 110 at Vegas. I think that was a back-to-back for Vegas or something. Canucks came out, beat that one 3-1. Wasn't.
I think that was the first game back from a home or from a road trip. I think
it was during when the Golden Knights were sucking, and they're still sucking. So
yeah, they've sucked since game 11 of the season.
My dog, my Flyers plus 185 down there in Florida. Got a big 2-1 win against the Cats. My total also that game under 6.5 with that 2-1 final. So 3-0 back positive here.
Speaking of for myself, Devils regulation, I had the total as well, over 6.5, which lost. Bennington had a hell of a game. And no, actually, it was more Nico Dawes, I believe, who had a hell of a game in this one. Blues had plenty of chances there, but for once, the Devils goaltender stood firm, so it was bad for the over, but good for the Devils side there, which is good. My dog, I was kind of disappointed in this pick. Bad pick. Canadians plus 1.5, even money against the Hurricanes. Last game of a road trip. I know they kept it close. They scored the first goal, and the Hurricanes kind of pulled away late, but still, the situation wasn't ideal for the Canadians here, so I kind of regret this one, but happy with the Devils at least.
For myself, for my lock, I had Nashville in regulation versus Buffalo at plus 100. This is when the Preds were just kind of on a bit of a rampage here. They're still playing pretty well now, but I think they won like 4-2 final. It was like 4-1 in the third period at one point, and then Buffalo made it 4-2, but pretty stress-free. For my dog, very stress-free. Washington Capitals on the money line versus Pittsburgh plus 162. They won like 4-0 or 5-0 or some shit like that. I think it was 6-0.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So yeah, I think we talked about this game just saying that Pittsburgh, they don't really have much to play for here. Washington's looking to kind of grind out and maybe backdoor the way into a playoff spot. So a bit more on the line for the Caps, and they showed up and got the job done. And then my total, I think I remember this. I think Columbus was up 3-0. I had Edmonton Columbus over 6.5 minus 130. I think it was 3-1 going into the second period. I thought it was just roses. I'm like, all right, McDavid's going to bounce back, at least tie this game, push it into overtime, something like that. Did not end up happening. I think it was 4-2.
4-2, yeah. I was on the same bet, man. It sucked. We got a bad beat there. You got at least to figure the Oilers to score 3 times against the Blue Jackets.
Exactly. You know,
rely on the Blue Jackets to do all the work.
I remember praying for like an empty net, trying to sweat that one out, but it did not come to fruition. But
we got the empty netter. We just didn't get 2.
We needed 2, I guess. But still, either way she goes. Overall, decent.
All right. We are brought to you by Cut. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that is U.S.-based and available in 40 states. Peer-to-peer social betting is a new and better way to bet. Bet directly against anyone on any event with verifiable outcome. And they have tons of fun social features that give it the feel of a betting social network, like group chats, betting leaderboards, head-to-head history, profiles, fan groups, and more. Cut offers lower vig and fully customizable odds. You can create your own bet. There should be a bet on there soon this weekend. We are doing Leafs to win a round or to lose a round, both at plus 100. Better odds out there than what is out there. So starting with that one, because that seems to be a big, it's going to be Leafs Bruins for another year. So we'll see how that's going.
It's the Gorgon Talon matchup.
Damn right it is. Damn right it is.
Yeah. And you can get cash back every single time you bet against your friends or other users. So download Cut today in the App Store or over at cut.com. That's KUTT, and use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. And Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. You can pick whether your favorite players will have a higher or lower stat total in this week's game for a chance to win big. Going up to 100 times your money in a single night. So sign up today with promo code HGP and get your first deposit doubled up to $100, as well as the instant pick'em special. Visit underdogfantasy.com or find them in the App Store. And don't forget to register with promo code HGP to get your first deposit doubled up to $100, as well as that instant pick'em special. Must be 18 years or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
All right. So we're going to jump right into the slate here. We'll try to keep the crap to a minimum. We got 14 games to battle through here for Saturday, March 16th. Gentlemen, ready to rock and roll here or what?
Oh, yeah.
All right. First game on the docket. We got the Ottawa Senators against the New York Islanders. Game itself is in New York in the Battle of the Lame-Ass Fans Bowl here. We got the Ottawa Senators on the money line sitting at plus 140. Islanders on the money line at minus 166. Over-under sitting at 6.5. Over paying off plus 100. The under minus 120. Kind of crappy way to kick off the day here, but we're going to get into it either way. The Islanders are battling for a playoff spot, dude. It's kind of like what I just talked about when it comes to Pittsburgh and Washington the other day. The Sens are out. The Sens tend to play up against like better teams. I wouldn't classify the Islanders as like a barn burner, so I'm not really expecting much from the Senators in this game. New York has been fine at home this year, 15-8-9, which actually isn't really that good from a gambling point of view. They've lost 2 games in a row coming into this, but they got to start getting wins any which way they can. I expect them to show up at home here. I will take the Islanders minus 166. I cannot bring myself to bet the Sens ever. Corpusalo is confirmed for this game. His numbers are terrible. 3.32 goals against average, .889 save percentage, bad win-loss record. And Varlamov's been confirmed for this game for the Islanders. He's been fine. He's been solid all year. Sorokin's had some ups and downs, so Varley's been a nice little breath of fresh air. Fuck, you can tell I haven't recorded in like a week. I can't even talk right now. I'm going to take the Islanders minus 166. I'm also going to take the under 6.5 and minus 120 here.
Yeah, I think Islanders would have to be the side here, minus 166. I haven't bet this myself, but they are coming home from a long road trip, lost in Buffalo Thursday night 4-0. Back-to-back shutout losses actually after losing in LA as well. But yeah, Ottawa's just not a good hockey team. Good win for them coming back in Columbus. They hit that one live, hit overtime live. But yeah, I don't think they're going to get it done here against the Islanders team that's just much hungrier, has more to play for. And Ottawa just shit on the road, 9-19-2. If I had to bet it, it would be the Islanders. Maybe I will eventually bet this, but I also do love that under 6.5 with Tally there, minus 120. Varley's been a great backup. Neither of these teams can really score too much. So yeah, like the Islanders and the under here, but I do like the draw as well at plus 350, plus 370. Islanders love going to overtime. Ottawa's gone to overtime in 2 straight and 3 of their past 4.
So this would qualify for the Dave Malinsky special with the Islanders on that long road trip coming back home. But they've been home for a while. I mean, they just played in Buffalo. That was the real Malinsky special there, where they got shut out by the Sabres there in a game that they were never in. Yeah, they had Sorokin in that one. Now they got Varlamov. I'd rather have Sorokin in this for the Isles side at plus the under, but that's the way I'm going. I like the Isles and the under for this one. The Senators have struggled to score lately, which is unsurprising is surprising for them. Losing Josh Norris, their top line center, has a lot to do with that, of course. And I think that they're playing a little bit more structured lately. They're having problems scoring, even against like the Blue Jackets. You'd think that they'd have no problem scoring 3, but they needed that shootout. They needed extra time to get to 3 anyway. The Sens offense isn't exactly ideal. I would like the over 6.5 if we saw more of that Sens offense that we've been seeing most of the year, plus the Islanders, the way they've been playing. So yeah, I haven't bet it. I still lean to the under 6.5. I would like Sorokin in there, but Varlamov is good enough, and lean to the Isles money line as well.
Okay, heading down to the 12:30 p.m. time slot again. We have the Buffalo Sabres against the Detroit Red Wings. Game itself is in Detroit here. Buffalo on the money line sitting at -110. Red Wings on the money line sitting at -110. You know what that means? We gotta
pick them.
We got a pick 'em game here between the Sabres and the Red Wings. Over under sitting at 6.5. Overpaid off +100. The under -120. Right, guy, I'm going to toss this one your way, bud. We just saw this game the other day. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, big game for playoff implications. Now Sabres, I think I saw down to 15-1 to make the playoffs after a big win there against the Islanders. Big 4-0 shutout win. Detroit's just been floundering without Dylan Larkin. Lost 7 in a row. I think all of them have been by at least 2 goals. So, maybe Sabres on the -1.5 puck line. Not sure what that's paying off. Probably more than +220. That's what the Red Wings are here. So, like the Sabres here, -110 quite a bit. Wouldn't mind sprinkling that puck line either on them. And but I do like the over 6.5 here at +100. Buffalo's kind of been more of an under team this season. Detroit's been more of an over team. But when these teams play, it always goes over. We saw 7-3 just a few days ago. Buffalo winning 5-3 game earlier this year, 7-6, 6-3, and 5-4 last year. So seeing a high scoring game here, potentially overtime, but I think Buffalo pulls away here in an easy win.
The NHL season is a long thing, and I'm sure nothing makes me realize this more than having bet the Sabres to make the playoffs before the season than to miss a whole bunch of laid the number on -200 way back in December, whenever that was. And now I'm back in at 16-1 this morning or yesterday morning, whatever it was, after this morning, after their tremendous performance against the Isles and the Red Wings losing yet again to the Coyotes. The Lightning won, of course, but so the Sabres are alive. I know it's very unlikely, but at 15-16-1, I think that they have a shot now. And the Red Wings are in free fall. I don't think they really care about making the playoffs. Neither do most of the teams. It seems like the Penguins are losing, the Devils suck. It seems like the Capitals might even just make a run by default because they're the only team that cares. And I think the Sabres are in that mold as well. I think they do care a lot. Bo Byram has injected a lot of intensity and energy into the team. Makes a big difference there. Compensating for the loss of their captain, Bozo. Maybe he was the problem. The Sabres been doing well enough without him. And Casey Middlesack on as well. So I already bet this game by betting Sabres to make the playoffs because the Red Wings are the more their direct opponent to get that position. Sabres here. I bet their money line anyway. So I like the Sabres here quite a bit. Yeah, total is interesting because the Red Wings are. We've been talking about their shooting percentage was off the charts. Now it's finally regressed. Now they're falling back to earth, and their save percentage has gone down as well. So, yeah, I mean they can always get picked up again, but they're missing Larkin, one of their more dynamic forwards, which is important, of course. So, yeah, that a lot of that goal scoring drought has to do with him being gone. But that said, I'm still going with the over 6.5. I know Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen has been one of the better goaltenders in the past month or so. So that's a problem as well. I mean, I only bet the Sabres money line, but if I have to take a total, I would take the over. So let's go Blades. Finish strong, boys.
Yeah, I know. But I just want to preface this. If I was the kind of guy to say "I told you so," I would say something like when I said the Sabres to make the playoffs at 20-1 the other day, and then got shit on by Archer in the Discord. I would definitely bring that up. But that being said, I'm not that kind of guy.
He bet that 2 days ago, didn't he?
Well, I don't know. Apparently, it was a bad bet. So I'm not the kind of guy to say I told that so though. So I'm not gonna bring that up. I'm just gonna forget that happened.
We all reserve the right to change our minds. So
I love Buffalo in this game, -110. I think these are crazy odds here. They're currently on a 3-game winning streak heading into this. And then, Joel, you touched on something that's pretty relevant. They played so goddamn good against the Islanders the other day, and that was an important game for them too. That's potential wildcard team, race between those two teams as well, right? So that was a big game, and the Sabres team showed up, and they played extremely well. Really like what I'm seeing here. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen has been absolutely lights out. Love saying that name. Numbers, though, 2.38 goals against average, 0.915 save percentage. Just absolutely electric here. Bowen Byram, dude. What's he got? Like 4 points in 4 games, 3 goals, 1 assist or something like that. He's been absolutely dynamite since coming over from Colorado. So he's been a pretty big part of that team as of late. From Detroit's point of view, yeah, they lost 7 in a row. Ryan touched on it. All of them have been like by 1 or more goals. I'm just going to preface this. I'd love Buffalo in regulation in the spot. I think you can get it like +145. Puck line, I can't. I get fucked so hard every time I bet a puck line, but I'm very intrigued by the regulation number there. James Reimer in net too. He's just a piece of cheese. And then over,
Reimer?
Yeah, he's confirmed.
Yeah. Oh, I like the over a little bit more than and the Sabres,
right.
obviously.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, Lion got lit up yesterday against Phoenix, or Arizona rather. So that's both of them have been dropping off. But yeah, I like the over. I'm with you guys on that 6.5 at +100. I think there's some great value there. Even with UPL, playing as well or as good as he is, I could see Buffalo putting up 5 of their own, and maybe Detroit. They still have some offense. They can get 1 or 2 goals. Like Lucas Raymond's a player, Maurice Sider. We talked. They still got Showtime there. Patty Kane just ripping home the biscuit whenever he can. So there is some guys still, but that loss of Larkin down the middle is such a kick in the pills. It shows how valuable the centerman is to playoff style hockey, because we're at the point of the year where this is pretty much playoff games for these two teams right now, and to not have the center depth that they normally would with a player like Dylan Larkin down the middle, that's been a real kick in the pills for this Detroit team. So love Buffalo, love the over. All right, moving down to the 3 p.m. time slot here. We have the New York Rangers against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Game itself is in Pittsburgh here. New York on the money line sitting at -142. Penguins on the money line at +120. Over under sitting at 6. Over paying off +100. The under -120. First night of a back-to-back for the Rangers. So they play the Penguins tomorrow, and then on Sunday they have the Islanders. Yeah, I love New York in this game here. I think that they're going to be all over them. Pittsburgh has been an absolute shambles. They're technically still alive here, but let's face it, it's just not enough to get it done. Rangers have been awesome when it comes to division games this year. 13-5-0. They've been electric on the road as well. 20-11-4. Just all around the better team here. I think we're going to see Jonathan Quick in net for this game. We'll see how that plays out or not. Either way, he's been absolutely solid all year long. New York scores a lot of goals, man. They're 10th in the league when it comes to goal scoring. Pittsburgh doesn't give up a lot. Truth be told, Tristan Jarry's been fine for them. We talked about this a little bit, but they just don't have the offense firing for them. They're not scoring a lot of goals. Their shooting percentage is 3rd last in the league. Their power play is absolutely horrendous here. And the thing about New York is they're so aggressive on the defensive side of the puck. And if you got slower guys like Letang trying to make a move at the blue line, or Erik Karlsson, or Malkin, and these guys coming down the ring, New York's just going to skate this team into the ground. So I absolutely love the Rangers. Over under in this game. I'm leaning towards the under, man. Jarry's been playing great. If it's Jonathan Quick, he's been lights out this year, a bit of a resurgence. And we all know that Shesterkin any given night can show up and be one of the best goalies in the league. So give me the under, give me the Rags.
Yeah, we've been waiting for the Rangers to get some regression. We saw that a lot of that come in one night in Thursday in Tampa Bay, lost 6-3, and now a great chance to bounce back here in Pittsburgh against a team that just does not have. I mean, I guess they still have playoffs to play for, but they're not a good enough team to make them. Decent win against the Sharks coming off on Thursday night 6-3, but before that, they can't score against anyone that's not San Jose or Columbus. So I like the Penguins team total under 2.5 at around to pick them, but I also do like the Rangers here at -142. Just much better team, even if it's Quick or Shesterkin, doesn't really matter for them. Both goalies have been pretty good this year. So love the Rangers -142 as well as the Penguins team total under 2.5.
Don't have too much to add. I bet the Rangers. I bet the under. but it is a bad spot for the Rangers. I mean, this is they're playing 5 games in 7 nights, including the Isles game on Sunday, and this is the 3rd game in 4 nights. So not ideal for them. But the Penguins, I think, have just mailed it in. Maybe they show up for the Rangers games. I wouldn't count on it. This team is folded, as Ryan said. They can only score against the shit teams, and the Rangers are anything but. So yeah, even with Quick in net, I think the Rangers and the under are the way to go.
Rangers are still pushing to secure that first place seed in the Metro too, right? The Carolina's only 4 points away from them, so it's not like this team has nothing to play for. You know,
we're back in it, boys. Big win for the Lightning. The Hurricanes beat the Panthers. Hurricanes are live again. Just takes one day.
Yeah, it's going to be a shame when they lose tomorrow night, but we'll get to that later. Moving to the 5 p.m. time slot, we have the New Jersey Devils against the Arizona State University Coyotes. Game itself is in Mordor at Arizona State University. New Jersey on the money line sitting at -166. Coyotes on the money line at +140. Over under sitting at 6.5. Overpaid off -105. The under -115. Mr. Meyer, I'm going to toss this one your way. What are our thoughts here, bud?
Let's just say it's a good thing that the Coyotes played the Red Wings in the twice in the past week, because they sure shit can't beat anybody else. I mean, what would they be on? Like a 16-17 game losing streak if they didn't play the Red Wings? I don't know. They might have beat one other bad team in the mix there, but they lost to Chicago, goodness sake. And the Devils, I know they're not exactly flying high right now. They didn't play well in that Stars game. They got bailed out by some terrible goaltending by Jake Ottinger, but they did get some good goaltending from Jake Allen there, so that was a sneaky little pickup for them. After letting in 2 goals in the first 3 shots, he was nails the rest of the game. And I think the Devils' goaltending has actually been a little bit improved since Travis Green took over. And yeah, the difference in quality between these two teams is insane. I mean, the Coyotes have injuries themselves, so it's not like they're both at full strength. Obviously, the Devils have had injuries all season long. But no, -166, I think, is way too disrespectful for a team that are far superior to the Coyotes here. And I know I just said that the goaltending's been better for the Devils, but the goaltending has been bad and worse for the Coyotes lately. So give me the over 6.5 as well as the Devils. I think we could see a better performance from the Devils offense. And Coyotes just and again, this is another Dave Malinsky special. The Coyotes were just up north there, fighting the Red Wings once again, and coming back home here, not ideal. So Devils money line and the over 6.5.
Yeah, I agree with most of that there. Not strong enough on the Devils to bet them, but I did bet the over 6.5 at -105. Both teams, Devils are getting better goaltending now under Travis Green, as Joel said. Somehow Jake Allen, Nico Dawes, Kakkonen have all been good in the past, 3-4 games here, but I think we see a higher scoring game between two teams that, both trend towards the over a lot this season. Arizona coming back home from that road trip. So, I think we're seeing a 4-3, 5-4 type of game here, possibly overtime, but the only thing I bet is the over.
I'm with you guys a lot in this. I like the Devils too, -166. I think Joel brought up a good point. It's a little bit of a disrespectful line. Yes, the team hasn't had a great year. A lot of that has been on goaltending alone and the injury bug too. If Jake Allen can kind of stand up and play well for them, let's face it, they should win this game -166. I think there's some a good value on that. As far as over-under goes, over, I agree 100%. Neither of these teams, are great when it comes to stopping goals. Obviously, New Jersey's 27th in the league, an entirely different goalie core. And then Arizona's really kind of shit the bed over the past, month or month and a half. They're coming off a nice big win against Detroit there. Congratulations, guys. The Red Wings stink lately. So nothing really too happy to be or too pumped to be happy about. So I'm going to take the over 6.5 -105. Okay, moving on to the 6 p.m. time slot. We have the Tampa Bay Lightning against the Florida Panthers. Game itself is in Florida here in Sunrise. Tampa on the money line sitting at +142. Panthers on the money line at -170. Over under sitting at 6.5. Over at -120. The under +100. Did we ever decide what we're going to call these Tampa Florida games? Do we ever come up with something or no?
I don't think so.
No.
Do we even have a round table about this? Did we table this for discussion?
We brought it up on a show once, and I think we just kind of left it at something. So I figured we'd come back to it. All right. Either way here, Panthers have been absolutely lights out, dude. Look at their home record: 21-9-2. Division record, they're 12-1-3. This Florida team is absolutely dynamite. With that being said, this is always a bit of a battle. Last time we saw these two teams play, it was a shit show, though. Florida trimmed up Tampa like 9-2 or something crazy like that. Got to be all over the Panthers in this game, man. They're first in the league when it comes to goals allowed. You know, they average 2.37 goals allowed per game. Defensively, all their numbers look great. They don't give up a lot of shots. Their penalty kill is fine. They do take a lot of penalty minutes, so that's a little worrisome. You know, with that being said, Tampa Bay does have the best power play in the league. So maybe look for like some power play props or something here. Kucherov, you know, over the number of points or a power play point or a goal or something like that. With that being said, though, Florida all day long. Minus 170, maybe even lean towards them in regulation. That's probably sitting at like minus 120 or something around there. Over, under, I'm leaning over, boys. Let's go. Let's see another blowout in fucking Sunrise. That'll be a blast.
Yeah, I think you got to go with the Panthers here. I know we have consensus plays pretty much on every favorite so far, but doing it again here, I think we get Panthers minus 170. Just a much better team. Also, big home ice advantage, 21-9-2. Lightning only 14-6-2 on the road. Yeah, Tampa, you know, big win against the Rangers after, you know, I think 4 days off after beating the Flyers 7-0. But, you know, it's going to be a battle here. I think the Florida Panthers have more depth. They have more, maybe even more top ends going on. I know they have Kucherov and Point just had 6 points, but like they got Kachuk, Reinhardt, all those guys now. Tarasenko added as well. So, yeah, got to go with the Panthers minus 170. I'm not going to play a total here. Probably would lean to the under, but I am a little bit worried about the Panthers just going off for 5 or 6. So, just going with the Cats here at minus 170.
Panthers coming back from a bit of a road trip. Mildly concerning, but it's against the Lightning here, a team that they, they have a bit of a complex against, but for a good reason, with the Lightning having all the Stanley Cup success in the past 3 or 4 years. So, yeah, I don't think that should be a problem. They should be motivated for this game. Absolutely, especially coming after what was a shutout loss to Carolina. That was no good. That's got to hurt. And, yeah, the Lightning are I don't think they're that good of a team, but they're being carried by Kucherov. Braden Point finally shows up with a huge game. 6 points in that one. That was insane. Good for him. Good for them. Good for me. Yeah, give me the Panthers here, and give me the under 6. I'm gonna go against I don't know who said the over, but give me the under 6 here at even money. Just the way the Panthers play. I know they take penalties like Talon said, and the Lightning do have the best power play in the league, which is what keeping them in the float. But still, we got 2 good goalies. No, Vasilevsky hasn't exactly been great lately, but good enough, hopefully, to keep this a low scoring affair. It's gonna be like a playoff style game, you know, like towards the end of the season. When we get 2 non-playoff teams playing each other, we'll see more overs. 2 playoff-bound teams, we'll see more unders. So I think that'll be a trend that will bear fruit the rest of the season.
All right. We are brought to you by Champs. Champs is hosting a free March Madness bracket contest for a chance to win $1,000. And you can get your own extra free entry if you host your own March Madness pool on Champs. Tiebreakers are determined by who enters first. So make sure to register now so you don't miss out. Head to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/champs. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/champs. And make sure you check out Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every bet with historical stats and data. Enter any parlay idea into Hall of Fame Bet's revolutionary parlay optimizer tool to get hit rates broken down by leg, as well as an expected probability for the entire parlay. Sort all players by hit rate for any bet to learn which players are hot and which picks have value. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com and use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets.
All right, moving on to the 7 p.m. time slot here. We have the Philadelphia Flyers against the Boston Bruins. Game itself is in Boston at the Gardens. Philly on the money line sitting at plus 170. Bruins on the money line at minus 205. Bruins on the puck line minus 1.5 sitting at plus 124. Over unders at 5.5. Over paid off minus 115. The under minus 105. Right, guy, going your way on this one, my man. Flyers have a chance here or what?
I don't think so, unfortunately. This will be John Tortorella's first game back from his suspension, so maybe they'll have some fire under them there. But the Bruins just own the Flyers 6-2 earlier this year, 5-3, 6-0, 4-1 last year. Bet David Pastrnak to score a goal around minus 110. Bet him to score 2. Bet him to score and the Bruins to win. I might like the under 5.5 here at minus 105. Flyers not scoring too much. Boston tends to play lower scoring games, especially not even against the Flyers. They've been scoring 6 and 5 themselves against the Flyers, but I do still lean to the under 5.5 here, minus 105. I think I would have to lean to the Flyers plus 170. I think minus 205 is a bit too far, but I'm not betting anything here besides Pasta to have a goal or two.
What is this? The freed coach bounce release from Bettman's jail?
The freed coach.
You get the Flyers bump here. Tortorella back on the bench. Their second game with the who's the assistant coach there? Rocky Johnson.
Mr. Oh, don't use your power play late in the game. Ooh.
Oh yeah. He was whining about that. Wasn't
He's the one that said that, Rocky Thompson?
Mr. Big Baby.
Yeah. Well, they're just trying to get Matthews to 70 goals. Who can blame him? I got nothing for this one. I didn't bet this game. I would like the under at 6, but 5.5 is no good to me. I've literally no thoughts on this one. I think it's fairly priced. Bruins. If I had to bet something, I would just go with the favorite here. Why not just keep rolling with the chalk on a chalky Saturday so far? But no, I got no thoughts on this one whatsoever.
Well, I do. I like the Bruins a lot here. Minus 205 is a bit of juice. I'll be looking their way in regulation, maybe at like minus 140, minus 150 or something like that. We saw these guys play, January? I think the Bruins, beat up on the Flyers pretty good there. I forget what the score was, but Boston all day long. They score a lot of goals. We were talking about this before we started recording. Personally, I think Swayman's the best goalie in the league right now. Every time I watch this guy, he's making 10 bell saves at important times in the game, and the Bruins are giving up like 40 shots against every game, and this guy just plays absolutely lights out. So if he's in, I love it even more. And even if it's Olmark, he's a hell of a 1B, I guess you can call him right now. But chances he would be a starter on most other teams in the league. Let's face it. So they're awesome in between the pipes. That's nothing new. We all know that. And the Bruins are just dynamite at home too. 21-8-6. So love the Bees in this. Over under. I don't know which way I lean over under wise. I could see there being 6 goals, but also not. Something I was kind of floating around before the game was Philly's team total under 1.5 at I think it was plus 170 or something like that. Maybe they can get one here. I know they've fallen off a little bit since the trade deadline. Obviously, they sold a couple pieces. And then, like I said, if it's Swayman in net, this guy just can't be beat here. So that's something I'll probably sprinkle depending on who's the starter. So I'll be keeping an eye out for that.
This could be a good game for like a Bruins team total over 2.5, Flyers team total under 2.5 get the better odds if you want.
True. All right, moving down to the 7 p.m. time slot, we have the Carolina Hurricanes against the red-hot Toronto Maple Leafs, baby. Game itself is in Toronto on a Saturday night. Carolina on the money line sitting at minus 110. Leafs on the money line at minus 110. You know what that means, baby. We gotta
pick up.
Holy shit, 2 pick'ems in one day. Absolutely love to see it. Over under to the 6, minus 125, under plus 105 here. I really like the Leafs in this spot. I know the Leafs played pretty good against Philly the other day here. Toronto's just coming off like a 5-day break. I don't know if that's like a mandatory bye week or some shit they had or whatever, but they had 5 days off. Carolina has played every other night basically for the past week and a half or so. So that's a lot of hockey in these Carolina games, man. And they've been playing some good teams too. The Leafs are well rested. They looked good against the Flyers here. I'm going to take Toronto minus 110 too. This Leafs team at home has been good, 18-12-2, 2-game winning streak coming into this. As far as over-under goes, I'm a little worrisome because we got Freddie Anderson coming back to the old Scotia, to the Scotiabank Arena here. So Fragile Freddy, might get a hangnail, might miss 2 weeks. We don't know. We'll have to see. Leafs are without Mitch Marner. He's still expected to be out for this one. Tuffy, I'm kind of leaning under here, man. I want to see a good old-fashioned goalie show. My boy Sammy has been playing absolutely lights out. I know, maybe you'll watch him play and he doesn't stand out, but Ilya Samsonov, post waivers, ever since being waived, has a 12-3-0 record, a 2.37 goals against average, and a .911 save percentage. And I'll tell you what, man, much like I said with Swayman, he's making some big saves at big times for this Leafs team. So I'm expecting that he'll get the start for this game. I'm going to lean towards the under 6 at plus 105. If there's an early goal and you can get like a 6.5, I'm definitely going to be sniffing that one out too. And then give me the Leafs minus 110.
Yeah,
Shout out Bobby McMahon. I'm sorry.
Hey, you got a good contract for him there. I do like the under here, under 6 plus 105. Anderson's been good. Not sure if he's going to start on the back-to-back, but Kochekov's been good as well. And yeah, Samsonov, the fact that he was
Has
on
he been
waivers.
good, Freddie?
He's played like 2 games.
He's allowed 3 goals.
Did you see that goal he allowed to the Flames on Sunday?
No, was it bad? I didn't see it.
He just passed it to him. It's like an own goal, basically, by Freddie.
Love to see it. It happens. Happens to the best of us, bro.
Coming off a shutout against the best team in the league, I feel like that's showing that he's playing fairly well. I didn't watch that whole game, so I don't know if he made any great saves, but he's been good. Samsonov's been good. It's crazy to think that Samsonov was on waivers at one point this season. He's going to be their goalie in the playoffs now. I mean, I thought it was maybe going to be Wall, but Samsonov has the net now. But you guys know I got to go with my Canes here in a pick 'em. Just I think the better team. Their top six is insane now after getting Gensel and Kuznetsov playing together on that second line with Martin Necas there. So they have 2 good scoring lines now, 2 good checking lines in the bottom 6. I think they're built for the cup. I like them, like some Carolina Hurricanes futures, and I like the Carolina Hurricanes in this game minus 110, as well as the under 6 at plus 105.
Right. Talon hit on this. Situationally, it does favor the Leafs. They have a lot more rest, which matters a lot in hockey, of course, especially towards the end of the season. Hurricanes have been playing some big games, especially coming off a big win against the Panthers. But the Hurricanes should be much bigger favorites than this. I would bet the Hurricanes, even if Marner was playing in this game, minus 110. I don't understand this line. I don't understand this line. The Hurricanes are a much superior team. I know the Maple Leafs do. Yeah, fuck you too, Talon. I know the Leafs do play up to their competition, better competition, unless it's the Bruins. But for this game, Hurricanes all day long, minus 110, I think is very cheap. You like to play the teams on like the first game that the Star misses, like Marner missed the game against the Canadians. I mean, the Maple Leafs were sick as fuck, though. The flu was still running through them. So that wasn't the case then. But typically, that's what you want to do. But when it's the third game down the line, that's when the player's absence really starts to matter. So, yeah, I love the Hurricanes here. And under 6 at plus 105, I think is the way to go. The way the Hurricanes play, I think that they'll dictate the style of play and make them play the Hurricanes way, which is usually an under game. And yeah, maybe Freddie can go 2 shutouts in a row, hopefully. So yeah,
it's that, or he's either going to be unreal or just get his absolute tit slit.
And I don't think he cares that much about playing the Leafs, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Leafs also do have a Yarncroc out now, as well as Lyubushkin in this question.
Saw him leave the game, yeah.
That sucks, dude. Especially he just came back from a broken thumb, too. So that's a bit of a kick in the chops. Versatile player. All right, moving down to the 7 p.m. time slot. We have the Montreal Canadiens against the Calgary Flames. Game itself is in Calgary here. Montreal on the money line at plus 145. Flames on the money line at minus 175. Over under to 6.5. Over at plus 105. The under minus 125 here. Yeah, I'll keep this nice and quick here. I actually like the Flames a lot here, minus 175. It's a little bit of juice to be paying. Maybe look for a regulation play, but that might be a little risky. Over under, I'm leaning towards the under. Montembeau's been fine this year. Like his numbers are actually okay. Save percentage of .905 for this Montreal team that does give up a lot of shots. They're the 30th team in the league, averaging 33.2 shots against per game, and he's been fine in between the net with Markstrom doing his thing too for Calgary if he gets the nod here. I'm seeing Kuzmenko's day-to-day for Calgary. He's a little breath of fresh air, like a change of scenery, I guess, rather, has been nice for him. He's been playing some okay hockey as of late, considered where he was at when he was playing in Vancouver. So that's a bit of a loss unless he does suit up for them. I like the Flames in this minus 175 and the under.
Yeah, I don't have much here. I can't trust. Lean Flames. I can't trust them at minus 175, though. Dustin Wolf was good against the Golden Knights to screw our over there last time out. Won't beat them 4-1, but Montreal has showed up in weird spots recently. They've gone to overtime a lot, so maybe look for a draw here. Maybe look for Canadians plus 1.5. They play a lot of close games. Yeah, I'd probably play Canadians plus 1.5 at minus 162 before I'd play Flames minus 175. So if you're looking for a play, I would do that. And then maybe a lean to the under if Markstrom plays, but otherwise, that's all for me.
So if you go back to the Friday show, I believe it was, we gave out the Flames over 85.5, thinking that the Flames would they're carried by a bunch of young guys and all this. I mean, they have a really easy schedule after the weekend there, which was against the Hurricanes and the Panthers, I believe, that they played there. They lost both, of course, and then they lost 2 at home against the Avalanche. Thankfully, they finally beat the Knights in a game that they thoroughly outplayed Vegas. Vegas gets outplayed in every freaking game I watch. Like they're a bad team. I don't understand why their odds are so short. I mean, I know of course when they get the LTIR army back, maybe they'll just suddenly switch. But they've been so bad for so long. Anyway, not talking about Vegas. We're talking about Calgary. And we're looking good now with that win against Vegas. They have pretty much the easiest schedule in the league left, so we're sitting pretty there. For this game, I got nothing, so that's why I'm talking about this kind of thing. So it was funny. Like after I said that, the next morning, the odds they reflected. Like at first, they dropped dramatically with the whole Hanifin deal and all that. Like they dropped like 4 points. Like that didn't make no sense. And others agreed, and it went right back up. Fortunately, some books were slower than others, so we were able to get in on that. So we're big Flames fans. Hopefully they finish strong this season, much stronger than last season, which fucked me up a few times there. Let's go Flames. I would like an over if you find a cheap 6 out there, but 6.5 is not appealing. And one more thing, I meant to bring this up during the Toronto game, but we bet the Toronto Raptors under 29.5 wins. It was a juicy number, but they suck.
They're so bad.
Yeah, and they're not going to be trying much the rest of the season, and they have a tough schedule. So we're sweating out a Magic game right now. The Raptors were up for a little bit, but thankfully the Magic have turned it around. So we're off to a good start.
Hell yeah, man. It's always funny. I thought we the North, this is a basketball city now. Oh, well, guess what? Your team sucks. Everywhere I go, I don't see the same Raptors footprint, I guess.
That's like the Panthers, Sunrise from the
exactly. So all you basketball fans in my city, you can get out. All right, moving down to the 7 p.m. time slot. We got the San Jose Sharks against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Game itself is in Columbus here. San Jose on the money line at plus 170. Jackets on the money line at minus 205. Over under sitting at 6.5. Over paying off minus 112. The under minus 108. I don't think I ever would have thought I would have said this, but Jackets on the puck line at minus 1.5 is sitting at plus 114 here. This is a toughie. It's a battle of who the hell is in the net between these teams. We got Magnus Krona for the Sharks. He's got a 1-4-1 record of 4.43 goals against average and a .872 save percentage. With that being said, in one of his recent games I saw, he had like 45 saves or something crazy like that. And then Daniel Tarasov, 6-9-2 for Columbus, 3.23 goals against average, a .903 save percentage. Same thing. I watched the game with him the other day, and he had like 42 saves, like a shutout poster or something crazy like that. So I don't know what to make of this game, man. These teams suck. I guess Columbus sucks a little bit less than San Jose. Are you going to take them at minus 205? No. Maybe like find them a regulation play. These guys played in February 17th. It was a 4-3 final. If that makes you feel any better, it doesn't really make me feel better. Over under in this game, neither team can fucking score and neither team can make a save. So grab a coin, flip it, heads the over, tails under, and whatever you get, you get.
Yeah, I got nothing for this shit game here. Maybe an under 6.5. Columbus has been playing 4 straight under games. 6 goals. 3-2, 3-0, 2-1, so very low scoring there as well. Sharks been more unders as well, besides when they give up 6 or 7 goals, which seems to be a lot. I don't know if Columbus is capable of doing that. Lean to the Sharks at plus 170, and I'll lean to the under.
Yeah, I lean to the Sharks. I mean, the Blue Jackets shouldn't be favored by more than $2 to anybody, and not even close to $2, really. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, playoff teams are going to play more unders towards the end of the year. Non-playoff teams are going to play more overs. So we're going to go with that. We're going to go with over 6.5. Just bank on these two interconference teams playing a shitty game. Neither of them really care about the rest of the season. They just want to get onto the golf course, and that does not lead to defensive discipline. And with 2 bad goalies in net, I like this one to get wild. Like maybe 5-4 Sharks win.
All right, well, speaking of getting wild, we're going to move down to the 8 p.m. time slot here. We have the Minnesota Wild against the St. Louis Blues. Game itself is in St. Louis here. Minnesota on the money line at minus 130. St. Louis on the money line at plus 110. Over under sitting at 5.5. Over paid off minus 115. The under is at minus 105 here. Both teams technically still in a playoff hunt, pushing for that last wild card spot out here in the West. Looks like Minnesota's 4 points behind Vegas. St. Louis is 6 points behind. So this is a pretty big team. Or a pretty big game. They can kind of try and ice each other here. Toffee, though. Toffee to fucking bank. Where do you find an edge here? Minnesota is on a 3-game winning streak heading into this. St. Louis has won their last 2. St. Louis has been good at home, 19-11-1. I feel like a lot of those came earlier in the year when they were like on a little bit of a heater and they were having some good numbers, some good wins. Both teams suck when it comes to division records. This is an ugly one to cap. I'm going to lean towards Minnesota. I think that their offense has been much better than St. Louis's offense this year, and goaltending has been, I don't want to say Minnesota's goaltending has been great. They've been absolutely terrible with Fleury and with Gustafsson, but Binnington has fell back to earth a little bit here. I'm going to take the Wild -130. I think that's the play. Over under in this game. I'm going to lean towards the over -115. Neither team really is proficient at scoring, but defensively, their metrics aren't that great either. So give me the over.
Yeah, I'm going with the Wild here, -130. Like them quite a bit in their past 10 games. They have the second best expected goals %, only behind the Hurricanes. And the Blues have the worst in the league by far at 35%. Second worst is Rangers at 10%, or 40%, so that's 5% difference, which is a pretty big deal here. So do like the Wild quite a bit, -130, but I'm going to go with the under 5.5 at -105. Fleury's been locked in the past few games. Gustafsson's been decent. Binnington still a great goalie, frustratingly for the Blues here. So could see a 3-1, 3-2 type of win here for the Wild.
I fucking love the Wild to win this game.
Clip that.
Ryan pretty much touched on it all. They're playing much better hockey. Blues are a bunch of fraudulent fucks, and I know that they're still competitive. I know I do like the Blues culture, but they're not a good team. Their defense sucks. It's old, tiring, slow as fuck, and the Wild are a bit of a younger team. They're coming up. Matt Boldy, Brock Faber, these guys are the real deal. Kaprizov still doing his thing and all that. So give me the Wild here. I think they're the much better team. Blues suck, and under 5.5 would be my look there. With this is like a pseudo playoff style game. This is like a play-in in the NBA, where like the fucking 8 and 10 seeds play each other, or whatever. So that's basically what this is here in the West. Also, the Wild are not out of the playoffs at all. I mean, Ryan mentioned 4 points behind. I know they played one game more than the Knights, but they do play the Knights twice more. If they win both those games in regulation, all of a sudden they're neck and neck. So the Wild are my last hope to knock the Knights out of the playoffs. Or my best hope, at least. Something crazy could happen with the Blues, or I don't know, the Kraken. Although they had that regulation loss, or the overtime loss to the Knights, that one game there. That really broke my soul, but the Wild here to restore it. Let's go Wild.
I want to mention Eriksson Ek is out for the Wild now until late March, which is a tough loss for them.
It's kicking the pills. All right, heading down to the 8 p.m. time slot. We have the LA Kings against the Dallas Stars. Game itself is in Dallas here. LA on the money line at +130. Stars on the money line -155. Over under sitting at 6. Over paying out +100. The under -120. Boys, I don't know. Oh, I want to lean towards the Kings, but they're on the second night of a back-to-back with travel heading from Chicago to Dallas. I think that's a bit of a journey. It's a bit. I think that's far away. Yeah, you got to go with Dallas here, -155. They've had some struggles in between the pipes with Ottinger lately. Joel touched on that a little bit here. My boy Big Save Dave is confirmed to start this game, though, and that leaves me a little bit of hope, but I don't think it's enough, especially with the offensive firepower we're seeing from this Dallas team, and then defensively, too. The addition of Tanev has been fine, but this team's been awesome, dude. So I'm going to take the Stars -155. If the Kings weren't on a back-to-back and my boy Big Save Dave was playing, I might lean LA, but that's not the case. Over under in this game. I'm looking for the over. The Kings need to get their offensive going. They generate a lot of shots. The shooting percentage is absolutely terrible. It's 28th in the league. They need to start getting some better puck luck. The power play is right in the middle. So yeah, I'm going to lean towards the over just because what we've seen out of Ottinger lately. And the number is at an even 6. So I do like the push option available as well.
Yeah, tough spot here for the Kings on the back-to-back. It's a spot where you almost you would see an NBA team just rest their starters, in Chicago before the back-to-back in Dallas, and
it's 4-0.
After one period,
take off most of the players.
They should just send them to the locker room, get them on an early flight down to Dallas, get them rested for tomorrow, coast to a win. But yeah, they have not been good on back-to-backs this season. Dallas just won last week 4-1 in LA, won 5-1 earlier this year at home as well. So I like the Stars here. I am a bit scared of what Ottinger has been doing recently, but I think he'll be able to bounce back against a tired Kings team. So I like the Stars quite a bit at -155. And I guess I'll lean to the under 6 here at -120. I think as long as Ottinger shows up, it should go that way, but only betting the Stars here, -155.
So I've been doing some deep diving into the Stars goaltending situation, trying to find out what's going on with Ottinger. Apparently, this is a stat I heard. If your goalie that has a sub 850 save percentage, your team has a less than 10% chance to win that game. That has happened 10 times this season for the Stars with Ottinger in net, which is ridiculous considering the pedigree this guy is supposed to have. So that is a major concern for me as a Stars backer in the playoffs. Not in the regular season. Hopefully the Jets and the Avs can hold on to win the Central. But for the postseason, that is a major concern considering the rest of the team is absolutely stacked. Like their forward group is unreal. Their defense now is really solidified with the addition of Tanev. I got nothing for this game, by the way. That's what I'm talking about. This kind of yeah. I'm definitely reconsidering my strong Stars position. We'll see how this goes going forward. But the West is kind of messed up because there's so many teams that are they're not great, but they're good. They're solid good. And the Stars I thought were in the tier above, but they might be just another one of those really good teams. So this is something to monitor over the next month. Yeah, for this one, I would just, you never want to take a Kings over, but with them on the back-to-back going down from Chicago to Dallas, I don't think that their defensive discipline will exactly be elite, even though they could take they can give a 50% effort in the rest of this game, 4-0 in the first period. Still, I got nothing on this game. I just update on the Stars projections.
Thank you for sharing with the class, Joel. Moving down to the 10 p.m. time slot here, we have the Washington Capitals against the Vancouver Canucks. Game itself is in Vancouver. Caps on the money line at +190. Canucks on the money line at -230. Over-under sitting at 6. Both over-under paying off -110 here. Toughy for me. I kind of want to lean the Caps. When I've watched them, they've looked fine, and then I look at some of their recent games played, and it's yeah, they just got the doors beat off them the other day by or Edmonton 7-2, 3-0 loss to the Jets. Look at the teams they're beating, like Chicago, Seattle, Pittsburgh. No offense, Philly, Ottawa, not the strongest of competition. And then when they do play a decent team, they just get the absolute doors blown off them. With no Thatcher Demko, that was leading me to lean a little bit to Washington, but you know what? I can't do it. I got to go with the Canucks here. -230 is a little bit of juice. Obviously, won't be looking into that. Maybe a regulation play will be on the table too. Canucks are 5-3-2 in their past 10 games. Their past 2 wins have been by more than 1 goal. So maybe you can look for a puck line or just at least a regulation pay. So I'll be doing that. And as far as over-under in this game, I'm going to lean towards the over, man. I know Washington's goal-scoring metrics haven't looked that great this year. My boy Ovi's popping off, though. He's putting the biscuit in the basket every now and then, so that's always good to see. And then we do know that there is a plethora of offensive firepower capabilities when it comes to the Vancouver Canucks, although we haven't seen it as of late. We do know that it still exists. So give me the Canucks regulation. Give me the over.
Yeah, I don't got much for this one. Kind of shocked that the Capitals are still in the playoff race just because no one wants to win those final spots in the East. Capitals' 3rd game in 4 nights here after playing in Edmonton and Seattle on Wednesday and Thursday. Vancouver, meanwhile, this is their 3rd game since last Saturday. So, they very much more rested. Just lost in overtime to the Avs 4-3 after blowing that 3-0 lead, as Joel mentioned earlier. So I think they bounce back here with a win, but I'm not confident enough to back them at -230, given how Washington has been, they're like a cockroach. They're not going away, and I don't think they'll go away in this one. So if anything, maybe a Capitals +1.5 and lean to a close game, but nothing on the total either. I would go with the under if it's lingering, but it's tough with DeSmith in net.
That whole city's full of lying cockroaches. Am I right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Unlike the last game, I do have thoughts on this one. Yeah, the Canucks do have the firepower, as Talon was talking about, but it hasn't really been utilized. I think right now the team is figuring out their identity, and right now that identity is just strong defensive play, 5-5. That's what they've been doing for the past 2 months. Like really since the Lindholm trade, like he's contributing nothing offensively, but he's still doing the good work, the gritty work defensively, and that's really like shaped the identity of the team. And the Capitals, they do not have much offensive identity whatsoever. I do like the how they played lately, though. Like they're not quite as fraudulent as they were earlier in the season because they got these young guys. Miroshnichenko, Connor Michael's really stepped up. This Alexeyev defenseman, he's been brilliant on the back. I mean, not brilliant is too strong of a word, but he's been solid. It's certainly better than Edmondson. But yeah, I think that this game will be 1-5-5. I mean, the Canucks were better than the Avalanche 5-5. They just committed a few dumb penalties. And then, of course, the Avalanche, they do what they do on the power play and made them pay for it. In this case here, I think the Canucks will just dominate 5-5 and then win this game comfortably. So, yeah, I love the Canucks to win this game at margin. Ryan mentioned the rest disadvantage for the Capitals. Canucks have played one game since Saturday. So, basically, there's a week with one game in between. That's not good for Washington. Canucks raring to go after, you never want to put in a bad performance after giving up a 3-goal lead. So I think that factors in for the motivation for the Canucks. I love them to win this game. -1.5, +110, regulation, whatever you want to do. I myself have the Canucks going on multiple parlays. And give me the under 6, -110. That's another good one here. I think the Canucks will strangle the Caps offense, which is not very good. And with Lindgren, it should be Lindgren in the net because it was Kemper and then Lindgren on the back-to-back. I don't know why they put in Kemper now because I watched like most of that Kraken Capitals game. Lindgren was unreal. Like the Kraken were unlucky too. They only lost because Joey DeCourt pulled a Freddie Anderson. Like he did the same thing. He just gave the puck right to the opponent. We just filtered it into the empty net. So yeah, they were a bit fortunate there, but they did work hard defensively and all that. So under 6, I think the Canucks win this game like 4-1, something like that.
Mm-hmm. All right, heading out of the 10 p.m. time slot here. We got the Colorado Avalanche against the Edmonton Oilers. Game itself is in Edmonton here. Colorado, the money line sitting at +110. Oilers on the money line at -130. Over under sitting at 6.5. Over paying off -142. The under +110. Jolie guy, we're going to throw it to you here. You're fired up about your Avs again. You got me fired up about your Avs again. What's going to go down in this game versus the Oilers?
Yeah, let's fucking go Avs. It's really a one-man team right now with Wayne McKinnon's playing. Yeah, but this one, the Oilers are just they're a titan. They're a juggernaut right now. Nobody's having an easy time against them, of course. When they're going, they're going. And yeah, the Avalanche, like I said, they're not exactly a great 5-5 team, but they do have a power play. Oilers have a power play. Both teams have mediocre penalty kills, mediocre goaltending. Skinner's like very hot, very cold at times. So yeah, I got nothing for a side. Just give me the over 6.5. I know it's really juicy here, -142. I'm sure you can find better prices than that out there. So yeah, I think we'll see a fun, entertaining game here with McKinnon and McDavid both vying for the Hart Trophy. I don't think McDavid has a shot, but he'll be doing his best to put up, 5 assists or something stupid and get himself in the conversation. But we know McKinnon or McDavid is we know both of them are going to be going for the Hart here. So we're going to see an offensive game and hopefully a preview of the Western Conference Final.
Yeah, should be a great game here. But, Edmonton's been, I think, more up and down recently than the Avs had. Avs have won 5 in a row, 7 of 8. Only loss coming in Nashville, who was pretty hot then. Yeah, McKinnon's playing great. Cale Makar's been playing great, too. He's been back in the Norris Trophy conversation a little bit. Yeah, so it should be I think, high-scoring, entertaining game. Lean to the Avs at +110. I do think they are the better team overall. It's just the home ice advantage for Edmonton at 28-8-2, and the Avs are only 16-14-5 on the road. Kind of giving me some pause there. Also, like the draw here. 4 straight meetings dating back to their playoff series in 2022 have gone to overtime.
Wow.
So yeah, I like that look there on the draw and a lean to the Avalanche.
A draw.
Very spicy intel.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know what? No, instead of a draw, do like a 3-3 score final. I think that'd be the better play, don't you think?
Why not both?
I guess, but it's not going to be a 1-1.
What if it's 4-4?
What if it's 5-5?
Well, we got to look at the prices to figure this out. But I think that the exact score mark would be something to attack in this one.
Yeah,
Could be
sometimes I have gone with that, but usually I do that when I think it's going to be like a 2-2 or 3-3 at most. Like this could be 4-4, it could be 3-3, it could be 4-4. It was 5-5 in 2 of their past.
Well, what's the price on the draw?
I don't know, Joel. 350, like plus 350 probably plus 370.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because with these high scoring games, there's gonna be more variance. So that's
I'm seeing 300 on the draw.
Yeah, that's no good.
That's low. That's too low.
Mm-hmm.
There's better odds out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fuck. This is gonna be a good game. Like I'll preface this with that. I like the Avs here, man. Plus 110. You really got a battle of like one line kind of. I shouldn't say that because the Oilers do have Draisaitl and they split up him and McDavid pretty often. So, but Jolie touched on the thing here. Colorado's kind of been, booming, just a Nathan McKinnon led team here on the front end. Maybe I'm switching. Maybe I'm going with the Oilers here at minus 130, especially at home. They've been awesome. 21-8-2 rather. You know what I'm going to bet? I'm going to give you one here. Something I really like. My boy Connor Brown just got his first goal of the year last game, all right? And it was absolutely fantastic. And you know what? The hockey gods work in mysterious ways. I'm going to bet Connor Brown to score a goal in this game. It's probably sitting at something stupid like plus 300 or something anytime goal score. But they come in numbers. What is it? Do we know what it's at? Somebody take a look at that.
Probably at least 10-1, I would say.
Well, I don't know
that much
about that. But yeah, the hockey gods work in funny ways, and these things, the goals come in numbers, baby. So he goes forever without one, and then goes on like a 2-game goal streak or something. That's just how these things tend to work a little bit. So I'm going to be leaning.
You know what we call that, Talon? Positive regression.
Positive regression. Exactly. I like that. I like the word positive a lot. I don't like analytics, but that's okay. So give me the Oilers minus 130. Give me a Connor Brown anytime goal scorer here. Give me the over 6.5 at minus 142. Like Joel said, I think we're going to expect a lot of goals in this game. Give me the draw. Give me the total score 3-3. Fucking tons of stuff. You know what I do like as well? Give me both goalies to make fucking saves here because we're going to see lots of shots on goals. Let's go.
I have the odds here. Courtesy of FanDuel. Draw is plus 370. So let's say you put $5 on that. You win about 20. You can get 3-3, 13-1. So put $3 on that. You can get back 39. 4-4, 21-1. So put $2 on that. You can get back 40. And then 5-5 is 46-1. So yeah.
Put more money than that. What are we doing?
Well,
here?
I'm just saying for, just as an example. Okay, put $1,000 on the draw and you get one back.
Yeah. Like, what are we doing here?
1,000 pucks.
At least 50 bones.
Yeah, there are, but then it's a 2. Then if it's a 2-2 draw, you're gonna be kicking yourself. So like it depends. I don't know. It depends your risk tolerance. It's the same thing where everyone remembers when they get screwed by the puck line, but they don't remember when they hit a puck line. So it's the same thing with that.
I'd never hit a puck line, so I don't remember. Yeah, all right, let's move on. 10 p.m. time slot. Final game on the docket here. We got the Nashville Predators against the Seattle Kraken. Game itself is in Seattle for this one. Nashville on the money line sitting at minus 122. Preds on the money line at plus 102. Over under sitting at 5.5. Both over under paying off minus 110 here. Boys, this Preds team, I've gotten fully behind the Nashville Predators. I love watching this team play hockey. I love the streak that we've seen them kind of go down here. They just lost the other day, but their last 10 games, they're 8-0-2, which has been absolutely phenomenal here. Seattle, on the other hand, they're 6th place in the Pacific. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10 games. Decent team at home, not really. I guess 14-13-6. They kind of suck. Preds have been lights out on the road here, 20-10-3. Dude, like I'm all over Nashville here. Like, am I crazy? Shouldn't this line be fucking even more boosted? Like, I don't know. Preds aren't even on a back-to-back or the first night of a back-to-back or anything. I love Nashville here, minus 122. Bet the fucking house. I'd even look at them for like a regulation play, something along those lines. Even if you want to get extra juicy, you don't have to. Over-under in this game. Might lean a little bit towards the under here. Philip Grubauer has been serviceable in net, I suppose, for a lackluster Seattle team. And then UC Saros has been coming into his own a little bit here. Love the Preds, though, so fucking much in this game. Let's go Nashville.
Yeah, I love the Preds too. I like them long term. Like them in this game. I think they could be a tough out in the first round, depending on who they play. With Saros there in net, Forsberg, Yossi, they got a few good guys there. 4th game of a road trip here, so last game as well. So tough spot for Nashville maybe to get up for, but I think they're just a much better team. Seattle's lost 3 straight now after coming back home. They're kind of fading out of it there. Not good at home on the season, 14-13-6. Nashville 20-10-3 on the road. And in the past 10 games, Nashville has the 4th best expected goals 4%, while the Kraken has the 5th worst there. So love the Preds here, minus 122, with a lean to the under 5.5 at minus 110, provided that it's Saros and Decord.
I love the Predators long term, as in legitimately long term, like next season, because this is a team that's that's built for success next year. They have an excellent prospect pool coming up. They still got guys in their prime. They got some vets signed up, and they have 27 million in cap space. I think I heard they have plenty of room to add. They have Saros.
I was going to say they're going to get assets when they trade UC Saros in the offseason as well. That'll be big.
Right. Right. So this team is fixed for a run there in the Central next season. So I just want to bring that up. Yeah, we got to watch out for recency bias. I know it seems like a cheap line here, minus 122 with the Predators' recent form compared to the Kraken. But the Kraken, I mean, they were unlucky to lose against the Knights. They were unlucky to lose against the Capitals. I don't think the difference between these teams is massive, but I still lean the Predators' way. I haven't bet this one myself. But if I had to pick, I would definitely take the Predators. Could see an under game here with the both teams kind of fighting for playoffs, but I didn't bet this one. Yeah, I just hope the Kraken get a win, so maybe they can join in the hunt to take down the Golden Knights and send them back to I don't know, a Nevada golf course. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like 110 degrees out there, and in the desert, they still golf up there in the middle of the fucking desert, and I thought that's kind of crazy. But you wouldn't catch me out there, at least not without a full ice pack and a cooler full of PBR or Modelo.
Buddy, your pants would be soaked. You would have a swimming pool going on in that general area if you were out there for longer than an hour, Joel. That's all I'm going to say.
It would definitely enhance the flow of alcohol and sort of die by the heat stroke there.
This guy would show up with 24 cans of PBR in a cooler and 3 bottles of baby oil just to get through the day, or baby powder or some shit like this. All right, boys, 14 game slate. We made it through. That was absolutely electric here. Brian, we don't have any more ads. We're good, right?
We're good.
Okay, let's get into our lock dogs and totals. Current standings. Our boy Jolie is a record of 55, 53, and 3, up 5.17 units. Myself, a record of 53 and 58, down 9.2 units. And Rye Guy, record of 47, 63, and 1, down 16.48 units. Gilbert, you went 3-0 last show. Big show. Why don't you kick us off here again?
Cool. I'm honored, Talon. I'm going to kick it off by locking up the Hurricanes against your Maple Leafs there at minus 110. As Joel said, should be much bigger favorites, I think. Much better team. So they're rolling right now like that one. My dog, not as confident in, but I'm taking the Avalanche at plus 110 at Edmonton there. I think it should be a good game. Should be a close game there. So hopefully the Avs can pull it out. And then my total is the Sabres, Red Wings over 6.5 at plus 100. You got James Reimer. He's good to give up 3 or 4. And, UPL should probably give up only 2 or 3. But I think that's going to be good enough to get to over 6.5, get a 4-3, 5-2 type of game there.
For myself, we're going with the New Jersey Devils money line against the Coyotes, minus 166. Coyotes coming back from a long road trip, long-ish anyway, and the Devils are just a far superior team. Just look at the lineups. Like the net rating for the Devils should be far higher. It should be reflected in this line, but it is not. The Coyotes suck. They can only beat the Red Wings, so Devils all the way. I played them in a bunch of different ways. So give me the Devils to win this game. My dog will be the Wild in regulation, plus 120. Against the Blues here, again, just the better team. The Blues are, I know they're better at home and all that. In the divisional game, maybe it'll be close, like a draw. I could see myself getting red pegged here, but
you like that, eh? You and Dilly.
Well, we'll see how this Jets. Let's see the Jets peg me here with they got a 2-0 lead with third period. We'll need Hellebuck to stand on his head, I guess, to prevent the Ducks from scoring. Watch that. Actually, you know what, Talon, you could be a net there for the Jets. I'm sure the Ducks still won't score.
4 out of 10, baby. 4 out of 10.
So yeah, give me the Wild here. Money line, regulation, whatever for the dog purposes here. We're going with the regulation plus 120 and the total. Capitals, Canucks. I'm pleased to see the Talon change this. We're not at war anymore. Capitals, Canucks under 6, minus 110. This should be a Pythonic game, boa constrictor game where the Canucks just wrap the Capitals up. That. Yeah. So Unless, I mean, the Canucks power play sucks nowadays, and the penalty kill is getting better, but it's all about the 5-5. And I think that they just limit the Capitals' chances and win this game like 4-1. So that's the picks.
I hope that game's like 11-7 or something like that. All right, for my lock, Rangers money line versus Pittsburgh -142. I think they're the much better team. Pittsburgh, all hope is gone. You know, it's just a couple cooked Penguins over there. So let's go for my dog. Buffalo regulation versus Detroit +145. Here, Detroit's past 7 losses in a row have all been in regulation, and then Buffalo, you know, despite, you know, some people in the Discord named Archer saying that the team doesn't have a chance to make playoffs, they're pushing, bro. So I didn't say that. I would have said that if I'm a spiteful man, but I'm not. But so yeah, Buffalo regulation versus Detroit +145. I think there's some great value there. And then for my total, Sens Islanders under 6.5 -120. I like it. I like it a lot. I can see a world where Ottawa's offense, shows up. But I'm just praying that doesn't happen. And I like my boy Varley. My boy Varley has a funny way of showing up for me, you know. So hell yeah, that's good enough for me on the under 6.5 -120.
We have some consensus plays here. Talon decided to skip over here. We all lean to the Islanders -166. We do have a consensus Senators Isles under 6.5 there -120. Sabres -110, as well as the over 6.5 +100 there against Red Wings. Rangers -142 and lean to the under 6 -120. Devils Arizona over 6.5 -105. Panthers -170. Hurricanes Leafs under 6 +105. Wild -130. Vancouver some way regulation puck line parlay piece, and then the Predators -122.
We're gonna get pumped. We got too many consensus plays. That's not a good
Too many favorites.
Yeah, I know. All right. Anything else you want to touch on here, boys? That's all good. Free Matt Rempe. I'll say that. Free Matt Rempe. Get the Empire State Building back on the ice.
Wait, we want to talk about that? Like, I like the guy, but come on. You can't wave at the bench, the New Jersey bench, when Curtis McDermott's been trying to fight you all night long. Yeah, you wave at him as you're being ejected. That doesn't make no fucking sense to me. Like,
you also can't say you can't say a grown man is, you know, he's just, you know, just growing into his body. He's learning how to control his body. No, he's not fucking skating for the first time. He's not trying to brace himself against the boards. He knows how to skate. He knows what he's doing. Just own up to it. Like Laviolette was like, oh, you know, he was trying to brace himself. You know, it's a bad hit. That's it.
You can't chicken wing a guy in the teeth, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You can't go Patrice Cormier elbows out and just crush the guy, you know. I got no problem with, like, the Bastion hit. I got no problem with the Labushkin hit. I think people were fucking being a bunch of pussies about that one, but you can't elbow a guy in the face on a chicken wing. So
was that the one that jumped into, though, Labushkin?
So he left his feet a little bit. I have an issue with that. I think, honestly, you guys know where I think charging is the dumbest call in the world. Like, what? He skated too fast, so he can't hit the guy. Like, I think charging should be out of the game. That's absolutely ridiculous. But I understand that'll never happen. But he's too fast. You skated too many strides before you hit him. Fuck off. Grow up. It's the NHL. With that being said, stay on your feet. Don't elbow guys in the teeth.
4 games is too much, though, for that.
I agree. 2 games. I think 2 games.
Tortorella got fucking 2 games for Wes McCauley being a bitch. So, you know,
Wes McCauley is such a fucking loser. That is, I'm at, you guys talked about that, right? A couple shows, like Tortorella getting suspension. Stop suspending these fucking coaches. Like, are you kidding me? Like, these guys are the scapegoat for every goddamn GM that builds a shit team and gets fired. And now these fucking refs that are so goddamn sensitive and can't have somebody say fuck you to them, and they just lose their shit. Like, it's an absolute joke. These refs are a bunch of pussies, man. I've said it before. You should never know the name of a referee. Wes McCauley's the biggest fucking loser in this entire sport. I hate this guy. I'm sick of it.
The Canucks game, the ref had his mic on. He was telling Quinn Hughes, he was complaining about some call or other. He's like, "Go to the box, please. Go to the box, please." You sound like some fucking school teacher. Like,
exactly, like
kindergarten.
Yeah. Oh my god, man! Like, these guys are clowns, bro. Like, just skate back out to and tell them to fuck off back. Simple as that. Like, do that. That's fine. I don't know. I'm so done with these refs.
What's the sports league that has like you can live listen to the refs? Is that like the XFL or like rugby or something? It's something.
Probably. It sounds like some XFL.
Definitely not rugby. Come on.
No. I don't know. They just they're not accountable for anything. We don't got to get into this. Brutal. All right, let's wrap this out. Everybody go check out the Sports Gaming Podcast Network website. That's the place to be. Tons of stuff going on in the world of sports. We got hockey, massive slate tomorrow. What else is going on? Everything. Golf, sick tournament going on with the players. We'll see how that shakes out the next 2 days. Baseball, I'm hearing rumblings, Ryan. Joey Votto, let's go, baby. Absolutely love to see it.
Is Toronto pumped about that? It's a good signing.
No, nobody cares, bro. It's baseball.
Joey Votto. If you're not a baseball fan, look up like Joey Votto, like some of like his best like personality highlights. He's hilarious. He's funny as hell.
Okay. That's good to know. Well, there's stuff cooking and shaking in the baseball world. Everyone's happy. Tons of stuff in the world of sports, man. So you can find all that information at the SGPN website. Be sure to go check it out. Read the articles. Check out Ryan's fantasy hockey articles that he's pumping out. We're down to the nitty gritty, man. Playoffs start after next week. So let's go to that. This is the last chance to get your edge. He's been killing it all year. What else, man? Listen to the other shows as well. And of course, shout out to all of our friends and pals in the Discord. Discord's absolutely popping off. Everyone's having a great time in there too. Last night, I don't really remember a lot of last night, but it sounded like it was a pretty damn good time. Everybody was having a lot of fun. If you're not in the Discord, you're not making money. If you want to get in there, reach out to myself or Ryan on Twitter, where we're sure to point you in the right direction. Or you can reach out to the HGP Twitter account. Social media assistant producer and his massive balls will get you in there. He'll do everything that you need to do to get you going in the right direction. Or what you can do is you can just fly down to Chicago, and when you're going to the Chicago Bears Stadium to go buy yourself a new Keenan Allen jersey, you'll see my boy Joel Meyer just in there, just breaking my heart, and you better treat my boy Keenan well. But when he's in there, you can buy one too, and you guys can ask about how to get into the Discord.
We'll see who the Bears draft or trade for, but it's looking like Caleb Williams. So hopefully he turns out better than the previous 30 iterations of the Bears starting quarterback. Otherwise, dump those Keenan Allen fantasy stocks.
Yes, 100%, bro, 100%. That's so heartbreaking. I'm so sad. Him and Mikey Dubs, tier. All right, my name is Talon Jenkins. You can find me on Twitter at Talon_Jenkins94. Go Leafs.
I'm Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Meyer. You'll find me showering, cleansing myself of all the stench of the dalliance with the Vancouver Canucks. We are done with that bitch. We're all in on my beautiful, beloved Colorado Avalanche the rest of the way. Fuck the Nucks, man. Thanks for all the money you've won me. But no, fuck you guys. All the small things will forever be a cool song. It sucks objectively, but for the Avalanche, it rules. And we kicked your ass, and you're down. Fuck yeah, let's go Avs.
Hell yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.